Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do our twin flame reading. It's actually what I was going to do yesterday, but instead I got this very strong calling to do what I do, a past life reading. And I have to say, if you're a twin, check out that reading. I'll put it at the end because it definitely related to twin flame, not just twin flame, but it definitely, that was part of it. So and no wonder I wanted to do twin flame, just because how strong it was. Okay, so we're not doing our long reading, and what I mean by that is usually what I do is I'll do the divine masculine over here, the divine feminine over here. But what we're going to do is we're just going to combine them for the beginning of the month, and then later in the month we will really break it down. I'm doing this right now because we are in the Lion's Gate. Somebody asked me to explain it. I really can't. It's not my expertise, but what I do know is this portal that opens from the Leo full moon until August 12th, the Leo new moon to August 12th, which is the full moon in Aquarius. It's a time when manifestations, angels can reach you. So this is a time when you want to put your best foot forward, even if things aren't working out the way that you hoped. Maybe they're going to work out even better. So that's what I know. That's one of the reasons why I want to do the twin flame during this open portal. And that's how I look at it. It's an open portal to manifest really the life that you want. But it doesn't, it comes with your effort. You need to put the work into it also. But I don't know. I have a feeling it's just going to flow much easier. So let's get into your reading. I do want to mention that I am now doing a membership program. I have 3 different tiers. Tier 1 is just a thank you. It's like $2.99. 2 is private videos for those on that tier, and plus more. I'm going to teach tarot the way that I know it, much more. And then tier 3, we're going to add in where we're going to do live personal readings. I wrote it as yes or no, but it doesn't have to be yes or no, because I'm only going to take so many on that tier, probably maybe 40 at the most, and I may use that to replace my personal readings, because that's how personal I plan on getting. That's how personally I want to get to know you. So if it's something you're interested in, the join button is right below. Hitting that join button doesn't commit you. It allows you to see the tiers, and then you can decide from there. So anyways, Mother Mary, Mother Mary, Mother Mary, tell us what we need to know about our twin soul. What we can know, especially during this portal. And don't forget, guys, I'm not going, I was going to say this is the last time I'm going to say it, but it probably won't be. We're in the year of the lovers. There's a reason for that. All right, you got 3 cards. Let's see. We have Be Strong. I pull myself up and do what needs to be done. We have Prayer. Instead of worrying, I pray about this situation to bring about real solutions. And last but not least, we have Patience. Patience. I trust in divine timing. What that means is I let go of control of how something must show, when something must show, and instead I trust divine that it'll show in the right time, in the right way for you. Patience. I have a feeling many of you have already been in the energy of patience. So let's see. We're going to use the Light Seers Tarot. And again, I'm looking at both the divine masculine and the divine feminine in this reading. How do you know if it's for you? You'll feel it. It's the only way I can explain it. If it just makes no sense and you don't feel any of it, then maybe this one's not for you. But listen, I have playlist after playlist to help you through. So check them out. Maybe another one's for you. But I feel like if you're here for a reason. Okay, I think I'm going to let the spread fill itself out. Just it's the feeling I'm getting. So let's begin. Well, we start with the Empress. That would definitely be the divine feminine. Loving, nurturing, creative, strong, wise. The Empress is in like her third trimester, right? She is about to give birth to something. Something is about to be born into the Empress's world. We have the Six of Wands. So Six of Wands is the energy of victory. We have the Seven of Wands. We have Judgment. This is your spiritual team. Spiritual team is calling you to the present moment. Interesting because we have Patience over here, right? But I feel like this is where you have been. Like you've been in the energy of Patience. And if I have to wait a little longer, then I got to wait a little longer. I didn't come back to my twin. It's 40 some years later. Anyway, a call to attention. This is about a rebirth. Again, let's look at the Empress. She's about to give birth to something. Judgment is saying there's a rebirth about to happen. Let's go underneath the Empress. We have the Four of Swords. Okay, I have a feeling why Patience is here is because of the Four of Swords. I feel like this is like the time out that it took to heal, right? Because the Empress doesn't carry heavy, angry energy with her. Now, she's human, right? But she recognizes it very quickly if it pops up. The healing process is not just over like a last relationship. It's over life. This is about the three swords that have pierced your heart. But there's one sword that you lie upon, and that is of your own. That's of your own words, your own doing. You know what I mean? And it's to have true healing, we have to look at all of it. But this is healing, nonetheless. We have the Eight of Swords, so this is what we're healing from. This is a little bit of a block. Eight of Swords talks about a self-created prison. I'm trying to protect myself from something. But yet, you don't need to, because the Four of Swords is right before that. Eight of Swords, I feel like, I don't know, I don't trust the world. If you look at this image, though, I know some of you just listen to me and don't watch, so I'm going to try to explain it. This person's seeing their own reflection, and they're seeing how they're tying up their own life. They're seeing it. They know it now. They're even aware of it subconsciously. Do I think you'll overcome it? Well, a self-created prison, self. The only one who can uncreate it is you, is self. We have victory right above it. I feel like this healing process was so important to help you break away any walls that could get in front of you and love. A twin flame, let me tell you, it is about lessons. And it's not just one lesson. It's lesson after lesson. What are we here for? We're here to try to be the best us we can be. We're here to try to learn as many soul lessons as we can. And we're each other's greatest teachers. Now, that can be difficult. If I'm not in the mood for I'm 51. I'm not 51. I'm 61. But it's like I don't need anybody teaching me, right? But you're never too old. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords coming under Judgment. So we got to look at that, because Judgment again is asking for a rebirth. By the way, it's a 20, which is a 2, which is relationships, which is love to me. Anyways, the Ten of Swords to me can signify a repeat pattern. Sword after 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 sword, and sooner or later I got to be like, I ain't taking any more swords. I'm done. I'm done. I feel in the Ten of Swords or the Ten of Wands, both people are done. Like, I've taken as much as I can. So there is a rebirth. This is ending. It's healing. Not just ending, but it's being healed so that those swords don't follow you into the future. You have the Three of Pentacles next to that. The Three of Pentacles talks about your individuality and what you bring to the table, the importance of you. There is no one else like you. Even if there's millions and millions of other people, there's no one else like you. Even your twin, right? Because you've lived different experiences. Okay, we're going to keep going. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so this Empress at some time in her life has definitely taken some, or been around some untrustworthy energy. It is of the past. Again, that's what this healing is for, so I can let it go. That's Seven of Swords, and then we have the Eight of Swords. This is what happens if I don't let it go. It becomes a wall. It becomes a block. And maybe I want to block love. Maybe I'm not ready for it. But if I trust in the universe, I'll be ready. And I also feel like the universe sometimes waits on us, right? Because when we're looking for a certain type of love, we don't want any old love, right? We want the best that we can have, which means that we need to also be at a certain vibration. This is what's happening, is it feels like you're being moved into, or you've already moved into the next vibration. I have a feeling this may be the vibration where the twin exists. We have the King of Cups, can be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But this is a king who comes to the table wanting and willing to be in a relationship. The Queen and King of Cups to me are the ones who appreciate the relationship more than anyone else. And I'm not saying any other sign, I'm just saying the energy of them. We have, hello, your guardian angel. The Knight of Pentacles. This Knight of Pentacles, listen, patient makes sense, right? Because the Knight is a very, very slow moving knight. But this is the knight that we can trust. This knight is about loyalty. When this knight is bringing you in this pentacle, which they are, you can trust it. You'll know it. You'll feel it. You'll feel it's right. You'll feel it. So this is saying that this is coming into your life. Well, we're doing a twin flame reading. And then we have the Three of Swords. Interesting, because the Three of Swords is coming under that Ten of Swords. And then above that Ten of Swords is Judgment. So we're getting a little bit of a picture here of, first of all, let's just say the Empress. Let's say the Divine Feminine. There's been a period of time that she has had to heal. She's had to heal the past, because the Empress is not, again, she's not going to carry the anger and the hurt and the pain with her. She's going to carry the experience and the wisdom. Somebody was untrustworthy, no doubt, which caused her to put up her walls. Who can blame her? But that doesn't mean the next person is the same as the person before. And I'm saying that because if the twin comes in and I'm in this Eight of Swords, will I even know it? You know, I feel like when we get to runner and chasers, it's because we don't understand that some of the hard lessons that we learn from each other are meant to be. But sometimes we run like, phew. And listen, I'm no better. I was definitely a runner. Okay, but then I got caught. Look at this. We have the wheel on the bottom of the deck. Destiny. Time's moving. I feel like patience, you've had it. Now I feel like judgment is saying, there's a rebirth coming. Alright. I decided to use the Luminous Tarot to go deeper. Luminous. Sometimes I feel like I bring that down too far. Don't mind my fingernails. I have one nail that this is gel polish, and it just pops off sometimes, and it takes time for it to dry, even with the nail lamp. So I didn't want to wait, and I knew you wouldn't mind. All right, we're going to start at the beginning. We're going to look at the first line was the Empress, the Six of Wands, hello, the Seven of Wands, and the and Judgment. All right, well, hello, Will, again. Divine Feminine. The wheel's moving. We have the Queen of Swords. This can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You know, you have the energy of victory next to the Empress, and now we have this Queen over it. This Queen is normally someone who eventually masters the art of communication, or has the ability to, let's put it that way, and you know, can be very persuasive. This is someone who is only really interested in the truth. Like, don't bring me your false lies. I don't have time for them. I don't want to hear them. Perfect. This is perfect. We have the Emperor, and now we have the Empress. We had the Empress, now we have the Emperor. Card of Aries, by the way. But this is perfect for a twin flame reading. The Wheel of Fortune coming over the Empress. Time is a-moving. Now we have the Emperor out. And then look at this. We have Justice coming right over Judgment. Listen, there may be someone here who had recently cut ties with someone, or even divorced someone. That could have certainly happened, and that could have been, you know, like one of the reasons why I had to be patient. Someone may not have been free, whether I knew that or not. It's not even about whether I knew that. It's just the way life, you know, it's the way I feel like our guides look at it. Like, well, if this person is coming through free, we want you to connect then. Justice, when it shows up in a reading, also is about making you whole again. It's what's there. It's about balance. The balance must be in the feminine and the masculine within each of us, but also with these two people. Judgment, a rebirth. By the way, Justice is also the card of Libra. So we have Aries and Libra sitting there. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at the second line. I'm reading it all as a whole, by the way. So we're going to look at the Four of Swords. Hello, lovers. You know, I have learned to really trust my intuition. And I really learned, like, when I feel like I should do a reading, I can feel when I shouldn't and when I should. I just want to say I feel like this is the perfect timing. You know, again, I was going to do it yesterday, but instead I did a past live. But I knew that this was going to be next. The Lovers. The year of the Lovers. This is connection. This is chemistry. These are two people completely naked, embracing each other. That means that they accept each other for who they are. You know, I can't look for perfection because I am not perfect myself. This healing process is for both, you know, not just for the Empress, but also for the Emperor, because they really share the reading. The Lovers. Now, the meaning of the card is a head over heart decision, but I don't see where you're asking a question. Following judgment. You know, if you're the Empress, it's like your spiritual team is saying, Empress, we need to have a rebirth. Healing process is just about, you know, like you're feeling much stronger within yourself. The wheel, now things are starting to move. Now, it feels like this Empress and Emperor. And when I say Emperor and Empress, I mean divine masculine, divine feminine, are now on the table. Under the wheel, look at this. The World. The next chapter. The next portal. You know, to me, the World is the closest chapter to God. And why I say that is it's really the last major arcana. And it is about beginning a new chapter. This is where your spirituality, I don't know, I feel like sings. You're one with your spirituality. Or at least you're getting that way. And I have a feeling so is your other half. I feel like the timing is coming to an end. Now, that doesn't mean like, boom, we jump into a relationship, but maybe the process begins. Coming over in 8, by the way, August, we have the 3 of Wands, coming over the 3 of Pentacles, 2 3s. I've been seeing 33 a lot. And I know there's a lot of you I've done a lot of readings for those who have master number 33 as a life path. You know, that means you're here to master. You're here to master. 3 of Wands is an optimistic look at my future. It is the energy of knowing that my ship will come in when it's meant to. It's enjoying the present moment, being excited for the present moment, and looking at, to me it's the energy of I expect good things to happen and therefore they do. I expect good things to happen and therefore they do. 10 of Swords, I expect another dagger in my back and therefore another dagger makes its way to my back. Interesting how your cards are coming out. Okay, now we have a little bit of a question, right? We have the 2 of Pentacles. So, this is called the Juggler's card. Can I fit it into my life type of thing. But I don't know why. I never read it that way. I read it more as like making a logical decision about my world and what I want in it and what's going to enhance it and what is not. Your guides are trying to help you with that. And I feel, again, it's like if I can try to leave go of control as much as possible. And listen, we all have a twin. Doesn't mean that every lifetime we're meant to be together. But I do feel in this lifetime, for those that are here, you are meant to be together. And I think anybody who expected an easy road, you want to go look for a soulmate. Not that, twin flame love, I think what people think is twin flame love is it's just like love all day and all night long, but it's not the case. I mean, it is a very, very superior, I don't know if that's the right word, type of love, but the lessons, and I feel like that is why sometimes the timing takes so long, because first of all, you got to go through your experiences, and then you got to learn from them, because what we don't learn is going to be shown to us through our twin, through their mirror, and vice versa. Sometimes I don't like looking at myself, right? Sometimes I don't like seeing that about myself. It's reminding me very quickly, quick story. I was, my mother, when I was growing up, she had this certain tone about her, not to everybody, but I felt like to us kids, kind of demeaning. I don't know. And then I was staying with my sister when my brother went through some things, and I heard that tone in her, not towards me, but I heard it. And I remember I called my daughter and I said, I got to ask you something. I said, I heard this tone with Mom. Now I hear it with my sister. Do I have that tone? And she's like saying, she said, Mom, I hate to tell you this. She goes, but you do. And it shocked me. But I was glad to know, because I was able to apologize, and that's exactly what I did. I said, I am so sorry. I don't even know where it comes from. So, I don't know. Wow, look at this. We have the Three of Swords, but it's in reverse. Now, I wasn't really going to read reversals, but this came face up in reverse, and it's coming over the Seven of Swords. The healing. The healing. You have been healed. Hallelujah. Not just you. Both. Hello, Magician. This is important because, again, we're in the portal of the Lion's Gate. First of all, new moon is where you do want to set your intention. So I don't know why I'm saying that. Anyway, so the Magician, the manifester, really the great teacher. I feel like probably you're both the Magician, because you will be teaching each other. And some of it is just going to be even a greater love. I don't want to scare you. I just want to be realistic. The Magician, the Creator, coming over the King, with the world right above it. All right. We have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands coming over this Knight of Pentacles. Interesting, because we have the Seven of Wands up here too, with the Emperor coming over that. Seven of Wands is, well, look at this, and then we have victory again. Okay, listen, I feel like what this is saying, for anyone who's already been with their twin, and maybe you've had the heartache and the heartbreak, I do feel like it's saying, like, ego was a big part of it, which, don't take that as an insult, because that's what we do, right? That's our human nature. But I do feel like it was a part of it. Maybe one felt like they had to defend themselves all the time. But nonetheless, I kind of feel like I want to put this all in the past, because it feels like it all belongs in the past. Again, the energy of victory over that Three of Swords. Well, we already know that, because the Three of Swords came in reverse. And let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Hierophant. Card of Taurus. It's your belief. Keeping your belief alive. Be realistic, but keeping your belief alive. If it's meant to be, it's going to be. How it's going to be is the question, right? Like, if I wasn't able to clear a lot of this heartache, let's say that the Empress one time carried, or even the Emperor, imagine then coming together. It would be very, 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 very difficult. But if I cleared the majority of the hurt of life, let's just say, then I'm much more open. You know, that's one thing about the Empress. She's very open to love. She's very nurturing. She's very loving. But she's no one's fool at the same time. You know, she doesn't just take anybody. She takes the Emperor. They're on the same vibration. You know, they're different, but alike. They operate different, but they're still alike. Both, you know, have, I almost want to, I feel like this need to help those, you know, like it's just naturally, I like giving back or helping where I can help. I feel both carry that energy. And it's probably a sense of empathy and compassion that was built along the way. So this makes perfect sense to me. And I love that the Emperor and the Empress is here. I feel like we're covering both parties. The Magician. After the reversal of the Three of Swords. Untrustworthy energy. Listen, the Empress. If there's someone who comes towards her and they're untrustworthy, she's going to know it. You cannot pull the wool over her eyes. And both ways, by the way. Both ways. But I feel like this is all just meant to be. Be strong. Keep your prayers strong. And have patience for all good things to come to you. I love you guys. I thank you. And I will see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.